At the belly, all you bitches friendly.
These bitches do for real be friendly. I remember hitting up a shorty real gently. She be talking all that shit's still trendy. Might as well just pull the plug, if she fucks plenty.
Paper with the six, but I like the sex. Living out of PR, call it doses. I'm taking doses. Paper with the six, take a palm, moving seven, so it's really hard to focus. See a 3 stepper, so I hit you with that locust. If you hit me with this head, then it's gonna be a bonus. I'ma leave you on the edge, I'ma leave you soulless. Baby, you is spotted, baby, you is aimless. With a little bit of love, you will leave me painless.
Bitches wanna spend. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend. Just got a text, what the fuck do I say? Got 100 missed texts from this bitch Mary Jane.
Holla, holla, bro. You already know she a hoe. Tell her we can pull up at 3.
But you a freak, oh stop, nigga. I know what you're doing. You wanna get the action with the passion real fluent. If you wanna take it there, we gotta beat it with the game. My nigga SpongeBob Patrick know how we do it. Big pump, jiggy witty, I like it chilly. Add some magic in the wish you well to get it bigly. Inhale, exhale, counting millies. Went from nothing out to getting something, now you feel me. I'm a motherfucking star like Patrick. Come around my nigga, shit's gonna be tragic. I can make a Krabby Patty recipe classic. You can call me Mr. Krabs, money automatic. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend.
Half of all of these bitches wanna spend me. Flipping on the dick. Now you looking for a plan B.
Half of all of these bitches wanna spend. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend. Half of all of these bitches wanna spend.
Hey, I'm a Mexican. No one believed me when I told them wait in the waving, so I gotta flex again. I want them no one around me that's flooding, so keep me away from that pessimist. They told me I signal new top, new floor at dinner, I'm checking the decks again. And I got hard like I'm rich and my money is wizard and I am a testament. Wonder how big is the picture, how deep is the mission, I give you an estimate. And how long you been, I ain't stacking hits on the chain, I am a veteran. I'm betting on Hex again. 555, money on log and I'm about to retire. All of this digital money I wired, brand new tuxedo, it cannot be earned. All of this money I made so far, I go get my mama a brand new car. Hop from the Mulu, a brand new start. All this green is the Amazon. P-Hex, E-Hex, we up next. Look at my life and my life is a flex. I DCA'd and got myself out of debt. So when you see me, give a little respect. Respect, respect. Flipping your chart, who's next, who's next? Next, the best. We put in no work, no rest. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex a back then. All of my ex when it's same. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex a back then. All of my ex when it's same. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex a back then. All of my ex when it's same. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex on the back end. I get my ex a back then. All of my ex when it's same.
prices at all-time highs. It's now up 1,000, well, 650x, and that's in 488 days. Now I'm forking Ethereum.
Hard pressed to say I appreciate all your hard work ideas. You paved the way, but now I'm forking your chain, cause the shit's not okay. Gas prices so high, you're choking us out the game. But when you first hit the scene, I wasn't feeling what you bring. But then I came around, warmed up, started to believe when I swallowed my pride and put my concerns aside. When I saw what could be built with some code that's written right. I dropped the Hex project, I waited for respect. Seems like I'm gonna be waiting a long time, and so I wrote a little rhyme. I copied your chain, and every little ERC20 that came with it. I'm forking your chain, yeah, we printing money every ERC20. I copied your chain, man, we made a few tweaks, it's not really the same, yo. I'm forking your chain, bro, from here forward, looking out, never looking the same. Fast forward to today, nice things you never say. Cold shoulder everywhere and Coinbase is hiding me. Made a millionaires, but no one seemed to really care until you test me. See I'm coming out from everywhere. Now don't just put your head in a hole and try to hide. Don't wanna see you looking like your best friend died. It's all gonna be okay, each will live another day.
Is there a difference between black lights and black lights? The answer to that question is, oh yes, there is.
I see purple. Yeah.
Blacklight dance. Really awesome. Just blacklight dance. Blacklight dance. Really awesome. Just blacklight dance. Blacklight dance. Black lights. Black lights. Oh yeah, black light. Black light.
Black light.
Black light.
Black light.
Oh yeah, black light. Black light. Oh, wait. Black light dance. Black light dance. Black light dance. Black light dance. Black light dance.
The scales were exceedingly hard and glossy, with all the appearance of burnished gold. The weight of the insect was, therefore, remarkable. I can hardly blame Jupiter for his opinion that it was truly a gold. But what to make of this grand opinion was to make his fortune. I could not, for life, tell.
I sent for you that I might have your counsel and assistance in furthering the views of fate and of the
My dear Legrand, you're certainly not well. Perhaps you should go to bed and rest for a few days until you get over this fever.
Here, my card.
Yes, it seems to be wrong. But you may be ill and yet have no fever. In what way? Does this infernal beetle have some connection with your expedition into the tomb? I can't feel possible even such an absurd.
I'm very sorry. I'm sure to buy it myself.
You must be mad. How long is this expedition?
Probably a night. Just not needed to
Will you promise me, on your honor, that when this freak of yours is over, and the thug business settled to your satisfaction, you'll return home and follow my advice implicitly?
Yes.
love 4 o'clock. Grand, Jupiter, the dog, and myself. Jupiter carried a side with his face. He is so worried during the entire journey that he faints about the body. I carried a couple of lanterns while he ran content himself with the beetle, and she carried a catch at the end of the big floor, driving it to and fro in the air, conjuring as he went. The Grand led the way, pausing only for an instant here and there to consult what could be certain landmarks of his own contrivance on former occasions. At last, we reached the foot of an enormously tall tulip tree. This is really exciting. I've seen such a tree. Do you think you could climb a tree?
Yes, man. It's not any tree ever seen in life.
Up with you as soon as possible. See what we are about.
How far?
Get up the main trunk first, and then I think we'll go for it. Here, take me with you.
The bug, Mr. Will, the gold bug. Why don't the bug way up the tree? And if I do,
Why, you aren't afraid to take a hold of a harmless little dead beetle. You can even carry enough by this string.
me feeling the bug? Well, give it a go.
Here, Jupiter took hold of the extreme end of the string, and keeping the insect as far from it as possible, began to climb the tree. After a considerable effort, Jupiter wriggled himself into the first great fork of the tree, some 60 or 70 feet from the ground.
Keep going up the largest branch. The one on this side.
Jupiter disappeared into the thick foliage higher up the tree.
How high up are you? Never mind the sky. Count the limbs below you on this side. How many limbs have you climbed? Then go one limb higher.
find the will to the one you love. May the happy soul this goes. Find the will to the one you love. Find the will to the one you love. May the happy soul this goes. Find the will to the one you love. Find the will to the one you happy soul just go find the will to the find the will to the
It's mad funky right here. No doubt, man. You gotta know when it's funky, man. Yeah, you know, just gets word out.
No one has immune to pain when they get a low wage and they gotta maintain. No one has immune to pain when you do the right thing and they've never been paid. No one has immune to pain, and a lot of that pain is inside your brain. Can you dig it in and put it all out? Put the damn effort, yo, dig it out.
If the sky is the limit, one day I'm gonna hit it. I'm earning my respect, I ain't trying to win it. 11 years plus, still I'm rocking the beat, delivering the heat like Clay on the Cleveland street. As an MC, it's difficult to make ends meet, cause I ain't kicking dumb shit on the latest trend beat. The adrenaline is real when I'm on the scene. The rest doesn't matter, I can set myself free.
No one has immune to pain when they get a low wage and they gotta maintain. No one has immune to pain when you do the right thing and it's never been paid. No one has immune to pain, and a lot of that pain is inside your brain. Can you dig it in and put it all out? Put the damn effort, yo, dig it out.
Bounce with me if the vibe is right. Dynamic like bass when I'm running the mic. I'm holding it tight. I never was a slave of my hype. I can't see myself being the type. No matter what, they keep on hitting, cause they know that I sound ill. And I get down still. Now they went downhill. Don't let them fighters put your energy down. They're fucking around, but never been on this ground. I'm not losing up my focus when I'm lost. I keep sweating on the grind till I'm back on the course. Now I'm navigating, cause my life is a tough race. I'm leaving later away cause I don't have enough space. Lose money but don't lose yourself. Prove yourself that you can overdo yourself. Do it now like you knew yourself. There was no other choice listed. Must choose yourself. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Yo, Mr. Coffee dropping bombs in the crypto war zone. He ex-day one warrior, caffeine veins, never alone. Pulse chain savage, top hat, crown dapper assassin, soup burn, LP forever lock, rug pull. That's for the weak and dilute. Funky aggression, offbeat assault, jazz horn slash slow, yield sipping venom, ecosystem explode. Watch it grow. 2019 shadows, the AMA inferno, no cap, straight fire. Matt the kingpin, barista, pouring pain, taking empires higher. Mr. Coffee brew with lethal, Skippy you watch.
Snatch,
Pulse chain, dominate, never
crash,
bop, bop, miss beat, then a
tag,
top hat, elite,
liquidity trap,
crypto, jazz, more hip hop, crack, pump, tires, blitz on pulse, pump, funds, pump, cousin, upgrade chain, DOB, launch, boost, cruise, missile, zero mercy, pure gain, lock, liquidity, hammer, can yank, can't fleet, no escape lane, permanent false, TVL, rocket, pulse chain, unbreakable rain, paired with who the creators blade, volume carves, USDC, rain, no inflation, scam, rhythm stacks, heavy community, empire campaign. Mr. Coffee dropped the truth, how we fuse this lethal brew. Funky wall beats, hip hop beats, crushing the crew, Baduba.
whip those stripes,
Mr. Drop,
that's your life,
Hex, unbreakable, bearable fight.
top high,
Duo beat,
who they ignite, rebels in war.
we own the night.
Mr. Coffee's rent. No mercy, just flood.
Sip slow,
Nah.
jug hard,
Beat skips,
so we charge.
yeah.
Pulse chain take all night large.
Yeah.
That's fury in his blood. Mr. Coffee's realm, no mercy, just flood.
Sip slow,
Nah.
jug hard.
Beat skips, but we charge.
Bus train take over.
All night large. All night large. All night large. All night large.
Cheers, Mr. Coffee. How are you?
Mr. Duke of Booze. Good to see you.
I can't hear you.
Oh, no. Let me think. Hold on one second.
On my part?
I've got my microphone set to the Scarlett. Testing. 1, 2, 3. If you guys can hear me in the chat.
No, it looks like I
let me
should be
know.
able to hear you.
It looks like my audio is working.
Oh, wait. I got it. I have my site
Testing.
muted. There we go.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
This AI is fun.
Yeah, that song was pretty cool. Not bad.
Yeah.
What do you use to make it?
That was done with Murica. They have this sort of sharing thing going on.
Cool.
So I think if you share it, they give you, I don't know if it's money or points or something. I'm not sure what it is, but so if you refer somebody, so I thought I'd try it out, and yeah, it seems pretty fun. I use the Maximum one for making a bunch of videos or songs lately, and I kind of digging what it produces.
Awesome.
How is my mic? You sound really good.
Oh yeah, you're coming in loud and clear to me.
Okay, I'm not overly bearing or anything like that.
No, I mean I've got you, turned down to 50%, but hopefully someone in the chat will let us know if something's wrong.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. I'm a little bit nervous. Not gonna lie, I haven't done this often, and I do have a squeaky chair if you hear it at times, so I apologize in advance.
Yeah, Sami would be proud.
Yeah. Speaking of Sami and all these people that are streaming and stuff, I'm glad that you're still around from the very early days, because and you have a large following, and I guess you've been plugging hard at this for quite some time. You got in, I think, before Hex even launched. Were you streaming, if I remember?
I think I started my first video maybe the day after Hex launched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was following Richard for a long time before that.
Yeah. You were in Telegram prior to that, were you not?
Yeah, I remember when they were still planning out, the Hex logo and the Hex color scheme and all that.
Right. And then, so did you get sort of pushed into streaming from at that point?
Well, yeah, I just started making videos about Hex and Richard Hart, trying to tell the other side of the story of, hey, what if this guy's not actually a scammer, and what if all this stuff is legit? And then it turns out a bunch of people agreed and started following, and then some of them started making YouTube channels, and it really was just an organic community that was from the ground up, not like none of us getting paid or anything, even if we wish we were. So yeah, I've been doing this for 6 years now, and it's been a tough last 4, but I know the reason I'm still here is obviously because I think there's a pretty bright future.
Right. I do appreciate so many of your tutorial videos. I've used them. I remember early on, a lot of Liquidity providing, and you're very good at instructional video as well. Did you were you in media of any sort prior, or acting or anything?
No, not at all. I kind of pretty introverted. I think the reason I decided to show my face on camera had a lot to do with the pressure of COVID. Because if you remember, Hex launched during COVID, and I was locked up in my house. I couldn't really go anywhere. I wasn't hanging out with people that much. And so through that discomfort, I guess it kind of forced me to do something that wasn't comfortable, but it ended up being a great decision. I mean, I enjoy it, and it really does get easier after the first couple of times. Have you had your channel for a while?
No, not really. I only started streaming on other people's channels, I think right around May or June of last year. I did about 3 or maybe 5 different shows, went on their streams and just sort of touch base with people.
Very nice.
And then this is my 3rd week of doing this, so I'm not quite a weekly streamer, and I'm just trying to figure out a time slot. So I kind of like the Monday slot because I figured it might be the easiest for me to consistently stick with because so many other days, stuff falls on, and it appears
Mhm.
consistency is important. And is that what you find? I know you're not as consistent. You're like, but you stop sort of for a few months, and then now you've been plugging out a lot of videos, so you do a lot, and then you take a break. But you used to do a weekly show at one point as well, did you not?
Yeah, we used to have something called the Nights of Crypto, which went for maybe 40 or 50 weeks. And then the bear market happened, and then a lot of them went their separate ways. We just kind of stopped doing it. So I've been on not much of a precise schedule, but I try to put out at least 1 to 3 YouTube shorts a day, and then at least 1 or 2 live streams / long form videos per week. Sometimes back to back. It really just depends. But monetization's been hard, and viewership is down because the prices are low. So I'm sure if you make some sort of recurring weekly stream, you're going to find an audience for it, because there's going to be some people that appreciate you sticking around when so many people have gone away.
It does seem to fill a bit of an introvert void. Like there is some sort of, I'm also introverted, but there is a bit of an entertainment sort of drive. I know when I'm in groups, I seem to become an entertainer at times, and I'm assuming I've seen a bit of you perform over the years, even your little scuffle with Hexy Bastard. That was an entertaining little video.
Yeah. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have posted it, but hey, it is what it is.
Oh, it looked cute. It looked harmless. So I just chalked it up as that. But yeah, I mean, it was a time period. It was, yeah. So that's one thing about what I've always feared of is like, there's no turning back, like, because everything's recorded forever. And I think that's been my fear, because I've had a lot of equipment for about 4 years and yet never got into doing this. And were you a person that had no fear and just jumped into this?
I mean, you're always going to have fear. There's always going to be some resistance towards starting anything new, but the benefit to putting yourself out there and just saying what you think, as long as it's pretty authentic and coming from the heart, like, it's just going to open more doors and more opportunities. People get to know you. They'll come connect from all kinds of different walks of life. So the people I've met through crypto, or some of them have like altered the course of my life for the better. And you're also gonna get a lot of hatred and naysayers and all that, but I think it builds thicker skin, because at this point in my life, the level of fucks that I just don't give anymore is just, that's at an all-time high. If there was a chart to plot the fucks I don't give, that's at an all-time high. But unfortunately, the prices are in the gutter. Understandably, people are going to be angry and just want to lash out. But I think the benefit to having a personal brand channel far outweighs any perceived fear, because it's all really in the mind. What's going to happen? Okay, there's some videos out there. Some people clip you up and make some fake AI stories about you that you didn't actually say. Whatever. I'm ready for all of it. I just assume that people are going to be able to tell what's bullshit and what's real. And you just can't really. Life's too short to worry about what's actually going to be. There is no actual problem. It's entirely in the mind.
Truth. I mean, the mind does cause most of people's problems, and it took me years to. I don't exactly remember when my mind wasn't, or thoughts weren't causing me more harm than good. It sounds like you've had a good head on your shoulder earlier in life than me, that's for sure. Were you practicing sort of meditative or Buddha type of thinking early on in your life?
I went through all the self-help stuff. I tried watching YouTube videos, and for years, I'd say there was a couple years of my 20s where I was more addicted to self-help content than actually putting it into practice. But the real secret to life is just getting out there and doing shit. It doesn't matter what you do. The universe is going to reward action, and that could be any action in any direction. That's going to be better than sitting around and just either judging others or just being too afraid to start. A lot of people just they'll consume endlessly, and that's not how I want to live my life when I look back on it in whatever 80 years or however long we have.
I know when I got out of my mental funk, I had resorted to being creative and I became a visual artist and got immediate recognition for basically making stuff that had no market or anything
Oh,
because you're making something original. And I found that immediately I was rewarded by putting a certain thought into action immediately. And that's sort of the training of art. And at my studio, I'd asked more than hundred some plus people over some deep conversation. How do they know which thought to act on? So, you have these thoughts, oh, I'm pushing this vibe. I need to start this YouTube channel. But there's many thoughts you dismiss and you don't act on. How do you know which one you're actually going to go for?
it's true. It's hard to pick. It's the new skill of the future is just realizing what your goal actually is. I think people that can crystallize their goals are the ones that are going to succeed. Because now with AI, we can build pretty much anything we can imagine. And so I think the world's going to become more fun, more creative. People are going to spend more time doing what they actually want to do. I mean, you said you had a studio. What kind of studio do you have?
Well, I'd specialized in making neon sculptures and
Wow.
burnings and paintings. And then in the area I was at, I sort of did what we'll call ran like a bodega somewhat, we'll say. So we would have funky sort of art parties that would have different forms of beverages and creative license for expanding our minds and opportunities. And some of those people have gone on to have pretty successful careers, that have come through my studio. And it's been quite the journey. And it was in an area that I was making friends with people that I would normally not be attracted to, and which was kind of interesting for me. And so that was where Richard Hart was someone that would have in the past mindset would have edged me the wrong way, like I wouldn't have. But I saw through a lot of that in 2017. Even though I didn't like his vibe, I listened to him whenever he had something educational that was new to me. Did you have a similar experience with Richard as well? Did he rub you the wrong way at first, or were you able to go, hey, I'm not sucking into that sort of false emotional whatever defense mechanism that's come brewing up inside of me?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm sure everybody has a little resistance to everybody else at certain times. I mean, you're not going to mesh perfectly with anybody. I'd say Richard and I are very different people, but I didn't really ever get too triggered by his abrasive demeanor. I kind of enjoyed that he was calling stuff out and saying things like how they were. I thought it took some level of courage to stand up to what was happening in crypto, which is really the enshittification of everything, leverage trading, centralized exchanges, people going in the polar opposite of the reason crypto was invented. And there comes Richard with basically, hey guys, what are we doing here? Like, why are we all wasting our time trading and going to Bybit? He learned from his own experience too. But no, I mean, the outrage marketing stuff, I didn't love watching it, but I understood what it was as an experiment, as a social experiment to try to gain followers. And I also understood, that not all first impressions are created equal, and that he's kind of come around to probably not doing that in the future. But I just naturally, I don't think have a huge baseline in terms of my emotional volatility, which has kept me pretty sane while I see people kind of losing their minds. But yeah, man, I want to talk about the studio. Like, it sounds like you've got a pretty interesting background too. Do you mind telling us where you're based, or is that too much information?
I'm primarily in the Pacific Northwest region, yeah,
Okay.
in that sort of zone. So, and I live close to a very avant-garde sort of region in that area, which has been known for being that a little bit. So, that's been a place it's got lots of natural beauty out this way. So yeah, I think you're in the Windy City, if I remember correctly. Is that still the case?
Allegedly. I'm a bit nomadic these days.
Yeah, well, that's the way to go now. It's
all I need is my laptop.
I think that's what I like about all this crypto stuff is that it is a freedom of mobility that goes beyond lugging silver or gold around, looking for some place that you could sell that if you want.
Yeah, not very practical, all that heavy metal stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more interested in you. There's not that much to go into on me. I mean, I don't know what you would like to know about me, really.
Well, you had an art studio or some kind of a studio. What was happening there? What kind of parties were you having? Who were you meeting?
I've been a serial entrepreneur my whole life. I started in a restaurant business. I owned a pizza place at 18 and then a Mexican restaurant and multiple houses I rented out, lost it all, moved, started all over, got another large business kind of going, and it was in the sign industry. And I think I just got exhausted of being a frustrated artist. I was hosting a show. I was in a national event, and the speaker I had was talking, and he called us sign people frustrated artists because in this industry you have to be a welder, a fabricator, a guy that can run CAD, drawing programs. You need to oversee all this stuff no matter the staff you have because you're filling these voids up often. And yeah, so then one day I just couldn't do it anymore, kind of mentality that you see on TV. And yeah, and then I just started, I had a place that I was making stuff for, sort of like I had a manufacturing warehouse and then I had sort of like a retail setup. So I switched the retail setup into a glass blowing area where I could host live music events, and it was a very pronounced area in the community, and it attracted a great vibe of people, and I got instant publicity from the newspaper at the time, and then MTV did a little thing on me, and so shit just sort of popped off and died off just as quickly. Just like a meme coin.
Yeah, I mean, you said you've made it all and lost it all before, and that's not even in crypto. So this is probably a little easier for you now.
Well, I've gotten better at things I do. I usually get my initial investment out of everything I do almost instantly.
Sure.
Yeah, so if I do buy, I'll actually trim some stuff off the top because nothing goes up super fast or super down all the time, or usually retracts to a certain point all the time, like an equilibrium.
Awesome. That sounds pretty epic, man. You were out there doing neon signs. Do you have any, but you don't do that anymore?
No, I still do it. This is part of what I want to do is I've done some pop-ups over the years. And so you know how Hex and those guys, were doing their Hex tour, Pulse Chain tour?
Yeah, of course.
So one of my goals was to go around into these cities and do like a 3-month pop art show, and I gather chefs and they have a chef night and there's food and then I host different artists. We raise money for the animal shelter, loads of different things to make it all work. And I want to do that with crypto and with the Pulse Chain ecosystem as the hub for it. So this has been in my mind for quite some time. And I've created a streaming platform website. I don't know if you ever had a chance to take a look at the givingtree.love, but that's
let's pull it up.
What's that?
Let's pull it up. The givingtree.love.
Yeah.
Kind of like the giving tree of crypto, huh?
Well, it's like, remember Richard called himself the Giving Tree, right?
That's right.
And his last, he is Richard Hart, which is love, right?
Wow. Architect-centric payment protocol on Pulse Chain. Turn trading volume into income.
Right. So you have a meme coin. We'll call it a meme for now, but it's actually developed a stability that you've sort of been putting your face behind. And did you create it?
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay. I didn't. I'm sorry if I'm asking the wrong questions. I didn't know. But anyway, it's running, and I like what I see. I've owned it in time. I've paired it with my token, which is DOB. I created on Pump.Tires as well. And DOB stands for Dukaboos, or Digital Online Business. And at that time when I launched it, I went around to other streamers to create their own token, because I had this vision on, hey, I want to keep my streamers, all these people around, because my investment is tied to you guys actually drawing attention and making it all work. And people like you that have worked so hard, how do I reward you? I can only buy so many super chats, and you guys only get dick all from it, you know? And so I said, hey, if you could make your token like a token that people buy it, they could do it with what they want, but instead of buying a super chat, they would buy Top Hat. And because I've created a tax token, we pair Top Hat with the tax token, and that tax token generates revenue that goes back to the Top Hat creator dev wallet to determine what to do with the income. So I've worked on trading volume, and we demoed this for quite some time to see how well it would work. And so I said, well, how do we make this cooperatively but very capitalistic? Because I want everybody to be independently entrepreneurial with no worries of, oh, YouTube changed the payment structure. Well, how do we redo this? So I've decided that, okay, how do we overcome all of these things? So that's why Huda exists, and I've created different pages that do different things on the Huda platform. So I have the stage, which would be a paid event area. So I'm hoping with the money that we generate through the trade volume, would be able to hire people that have like high YouTube followers and accounts, pay them to perform there. That we would charge either Visa or USDC, and if they pay in, let's say Top Hat, it would be 20% off. So they buy Top Hat and they use it to pay for the thing. And we use that Top Hat to bond with liquidity with Huda, generating more trade volume dollars for the whole ecosystem.
Sounds
Something
interesting.
like that.
What's the URL?
It's all the givingtree.love is, and then if there's pages throughout the website that you click on. So
I see. I'm there right now.
So if I click on the Pulse Chain state page, you'll see that.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that's what's going on. And then down here is is my mouse visible on the screen?
No.
Is it visible?
Oh, yeah,
now?
it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, so down here is the radio player. And here you click on this. It's got podcasts, which I'm hoping we will add to our Pulse Chain, and people from our ecosystem I've got DJs right now, DJ Cryptomatic, but he's giving me a handful of other DJs, so I'm trying to upload music from them. So if you just want to listen to one of the DJs, all here on this site. And then I've got Hex Pulse Chain music and planning on creating more. And if you scroll here, as I've got this week's streams all in one location. So if you want to see Crypto Coffee's manipulation show, you would just click Jane Street here, and then up it pops, and we'd be watching it. And so nobody's looking from one YouTube channel to another, hunting for you guys. But this way, I'm not taking away from your YouTube, because they can click here to watch on YouTube. So they're sort of using my site as either watching it or moving on. And then up here, I put the community resources, and if you click on it, it shows Frank White's, I'll share the tab.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, so this sort of has everything in there. So if you're on that page, same idea. So I thought that would be beneficial on the site as well. And then down here, I put right here's a crypto crossword. You can play along while you're listening to the stream. There's wordplay. This gets updated and changed per game. You can keep playing it. And these are all linked in, and they're legally allowed to be used. And awesome. I'm trying to give credit to all the different artists, because the art part is the biggest part of me to want to promote and make these people streams of income, because artists are like the people with the ideas, and the engineer sort of takes the idea, makes all the money. So I'm hoping that this way the idea can actually generate income for everybody, because you guys are the ones paving the trail, right?
Well, thanks. I appreciate anybody looking at different monetization aspects. Is views are drying up, money is tight. New people aren't coming to crypto, so I've had to get creative too. That's why I started selling these metal seed word cards. These little guys. Just a little bit of merch to help keep people safe, and it's better than a super chat, considering I'll actually receive 100% of the money rather than YouTube taking 40%. But so this is interesting. With you say you imagine there's some kind of a token that's bonded to Top Hat as an example, and the fees that go through that liquidity pool or that tax token called Huda, that goes back to the creator.
The structure is a bit ambiguous at this point in time, but that's generally the concept. I will go to this page here. And so as an example, are we seeing the payout mixer? Oh, good.
Yeah.
So here, roughly you're doing about 10 grand a day quite easily at this horrible time in the market. So with this mechanism, we've set aside 34 million Huda per architect. Now there's 1 billion Huda created. There's not much in liquidity to be paired off. We gave it a dollar pricing right off the get-go. And so we really are trying to keep the Huda because it earns income, not to actually care about how high it goes or what it does, but because of all the low liquidity and low amount on, it's obviously going to be quite volatile. So if we take this up to 100,000, which is sort of what we think could be accomplished quite quickly, your daily intake, let's say for this architect scheme, is 255 a day, which is 7,650 a month. And then this way, the person with a certain amount of volume would be able to manage this kind of amount of money and do with it what they want for the system. And then here are different sort of architect systems that would get 34 million Huda set aside to collect revenue from. So we got the Duke of Booze token, would collect that, and then that could be used for whatever, buying the token, pairing the token, you name it. But that's what that money's used for. The amplifier is to help people that are promoting on Instagram, TikTok, and promoting the situation. The stage is, hey, let's bring in some high volume people. They generate income for it, and we use money from the ecosystem to keep getting better or higher or more expensive entertainment with larger audiences sort of plan as well. Because if you go back here, we were able to get up to $1 million a day and outperform Hex at this stage, or Pulse Chain. All of a sudden there's quite a bit of money coming in the ecosystem to fund entertainment, to pay for views. And the stage is set up like this. You go over here, we got now streaming, paid access, and the idea is this is not exactly how it's going to work, but this is the idea. If they pay in crypto, there's going to be a discount, and they can, we hope to have access through some sort of payment system, probably Stripe or something like that. And then that would be, let's say we had, I don't know what you're familiar with. Do you know Drumeo or anything like that? They get about 1 million views, but anyway, they have drummers that have never listened to a song before and they play it, but they get loads and loads of views. These kind of people don't make any money on their show because they're playing someone else's music. So if I can get them to come over here and pay them to do a live show, they would generate income, and I'm hoping they would bring an audience with them. And then this would not be streamed on YouTube, it would just be streamed here.
Very cool.
And then I have like this community sort of section. I have like the arena where I'm hoping that we can also draw on little local sporting events. And this would be when we do that pop-up, we would actually try to get involved with the sort of high school football or second degree college where there is no contract, maybe UFC fighting that's amateur, you name it. And local spotlight is like local talent, which would be happening like at the pop-up. So we would have comedy acts and live music and
yeah, I could see Josh Wu being on there, you know.
Yeah, he's one of those people I think that's got so much talent. You know, I've seen so much of the talent go through, you know, and we've had charismatic people, you know, Nagabos, so charismatic. Like you could see the draw these people could have.
Yeah, or that Westcott guy, you know, he used to talk about crypto. Now he's getting millions of views talking about politics. Good for him, you know. It's not my cup of tea, but there's definitely a lot more people that care about that than that care about crypto.
And then the next page is the news page. So I'm hoping I can get more people from the ecosystem to write articles that I can share legally about different topics. I've got like the Indican's got a new video out. You click on it, it pops up, it explains it. Yeah, so it just sort of goes through, and more games and puzzles over here. And then I have the bingo page. So I'm working on the legal aspects of the bingo. And then I'm hoping I'll have a bingo night and play somebody's music in the background, sort of a DJ bingo night. And then maybe the winner of the bingo can donate it to somebody or something. We'll come up with something. Because you can't pay to play bingo, and it would be but I have to get all the legal crap properly figured out.
That would be gambling.
Yeah, but the way we understand it, what we plan on doing seems to be, we seem to almost have the green light. I just want to get the final, things, and then getting the bingo game to operate properly and make sure the cards are identified properly. I need to run some test runs with a larger audience as well.
I hear you. So you've been hard at work at this whole thing. How long did this take to build, and how did you build it?
Well, AI has been the primary source, obviously, but the early stages were, I actually reached out to developers and people I'm going to say before Pump.Tires launched, so I reached out to a handful of people, and honestly, even though I've been in the systems heck since day one, and I've got, and anybody large seems to follow me because I've been around that long, because we followed everybody back in the day. But yet many people don't respond back. So it's quite, and I know they get inundated with DMs, but I appreciate that you take the time to respond back to me. I'm very thankful, because I figure if someone's following me, if I'm following them, I should at least, pay attention somewhat.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to answer everyone's DMs, so if I forget to respond, no offense personally, but
I'm just happy so you did, and I fully don't expect it. I just throw it out there, and you see how many scammers and people are trying stuff, and I send a link to.
Oh, and what's been happening lately is like people's real people that I know have been getting their accounts hacked, and they're sending out scam links as if they're somebody else. These are some Hex OG accounts that are just, they've been captured. So you got to be careful out there.
Yeah, I saw that as well. And that's what made me think when I was sending like my link and things, I was like, this is the bad timing. It was right when all that was going out. So I was like, okay, well, it's all you can do. And I don't like Telegram, and I know you used to use it a lot. Do you still use it a lot, or?
I use it far less, but I do have Telegram Premium, which allows me to have a setting where random people can't just message me. But unfortunately, that feature costs money, which is kind of BS, but it is what it is.
Well, and that's the issue I found, is everything costs so much money. You want the green room for YouTube or for StreamYard, that's quite a bit more than the other, which is quite a bit a month already if you're just starting out. And now I'm running a handful of AI, spending probably $300 a month. Hopefully that comes down soon. But
yeah, AI credits are a lot. It's no joke. ChatGPT, Claude. I'm probably paying for Lovable and so much other random stuff.
You don't even know which one to cancel. I found that if I run them through PayPal, it's usually better, because if there's a dispute, I had a Zoom dispute, and right away I just sent the notice into PayPal, and they fixed it right almost within 2 or 3 days. So
nice.
So I recommend that if you're ever doing something, run to PayPal. It seems to be a safer place.
Sounds useful.
Regarding your token, are you, like, you see that you've basically locked up almost 2 billion pulse in the V1 there already, right? Like, is that?
I don't actually know. Let me go take a look.
That's off of Pump.Tires. Like, that's what it goes to, is in the V1, the original liquidity. And I think
it looks like we're just we kind of look like a stable coin at this point. 2 billion in pulse, about 20 million Top Hat. Yeah, there's another liquidity pool tied with Peacock as well.
Yeah, I see that's your largest of choices in the group. Yeah. You like their dynamics underneath the ecosystem of what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's basically like Pulse X, except if the bridge. Imagine if the Pulse Chain bridge had a buy and burn token. That's kind of what Peacock is.
Right.
In a way. I mean, they're quickly becoming the most popular bridge. Of course, you can still use the old-fashioned bridge.pulsechain.com, but I mean, I think to me, LibertySwap has shown they're benevolent. They're interested in having a coin that goes up. I'm interested in having a coin that goes up too. So it's as simple as that. We're very aligned.
And what an opportunity we have that we actually can create by bonding with something, we can create our own fund that, I don't know about our own fund, but a fund can be created by anybody. Is probably the better way to say that. So I've encouraged many people to do this, and when Pump launched, I had a handful of friends that bought up and launched it, got the coin over to PulseX, and At that time, I think they dropped about 12 grand US and what now currently is about 4. But the ones that had paired with more with Wrap Bitcoin and Ethereum seem to have held up a little bit better. But I feel those days are numbered. I feel we have the opportunity to come back strong pretty soon.
Yeah,
You know the trash talk that meme coins and pump.tire coins got, but I look at 2 billion tokens being pulled off the market from Pulse to be quite a success. And it's more than that. It's like much more than that. But I mean, let's just go over 2 billion. That's quite a remarkable feat. And from the looking at your chart, those aren't people that are bailing at these prices. There's no intention just by looking at the holders on the chart. Congratulations.
Yeah. You know, if people are going to gamble, they might as well do it in a place that burns tokens and takes supply off the table and keeps them in the ecosystem.
Have you heard of other plans besides bonding mechanisms that Top Hat may be used at, besides maybe considering bonding with Huda as another option that's come to the forefront?
Sure, yeah. I mean, like, people can bond any coin with Top Hat that they want to, but the long-term plan is to develop some kind of an on-ramp into crypto and use the fees generated by that on-ramp to pump the coin. And I can't really say much more other than that right now.
Nice.
I want to under promise and over deliver. You know what I mean?
I'm not. I appreciate what you're saying. I'm not trying. I don't want to be digging at all, and I hope I'm not making you uncomfortable.
No, not at all. I'm the kind of guy that would rather launch something and then talk about it versus hype it up and then, it flops like everything else.
I'm the same. I mean, my token's been out almost a year, and there's been very little said. So,
Huda, let me add that to my watch list here.
Well, there's not much to see on Huda, but Dob is the
Dog, right?
Tires token, yeah.
Yeah, 5K liquidity. You launched it on Pump.Tires as well?
That's right. Back in March.
Hey, it went up. It definitely... Let's take a look here. It went up. Basically a double from where it started at. Pretty good.
Yeah, and versus Pulse, it's up considerably, but
yeah.
That's the main thing at this point in time.
Oh,
that's
wow.
all you can
Look at that. Yeah, I mean, you did, was this an 8X? I didn't even know you had this, man. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like you did a 525% ROI versus Pulse.
And at that time, I was telling people, before you consider building your own token versus buying Most, Fire Whale, many of these other tokens that you don't know where you're getting in, what position you're at, and then you could bond your token with whatever. So we use that sort of technique to see how well we could perform without any new money injection, just to see if whether or not our trading or our positioning of in and out would generate enough income to keep it going up versus Pulse. And I'm not saying it can be done all the time, but during the bull market, we figure it's best to, and that's what we tell other people, is always pair some with USDC or whatever stable coin you want, so you can always trim some money off while it's going up. And this way you're never selling. So we recommend people to pair with Huda, develop tax income, pair it with USDC, go out and promote the channel, get people to buy Top Hat in your example, generating new volume all the time. And instead of buying a super chat, if I now donate to your channel and buy $10 worth of Top Hat, I'm not going to get rid of it. And because the more I promote your show, the more your show goes up in value, the more my Top Hat token goes on. So I immediately become a institutional brand promoter for you, and by me holding your token is a benefit, and I don't have to give it up, and by me buying it you're making money. Or
you have a vested interest in the success of your favorite creators. This concept was proven out with Pump.Fun. They do creator rewards and they do it quite well.
But this is with your own token, so you're making it in, and the joy of it is it's like getting your t-shirt. I'm buying a t-shirt from you, and now all of a sudden you build your merch store. I get to use Top Hat, which you also don't want people dumping on, and I could get a discount at your merch store by spending in Top Hat. And you run a 1 or 2 day special, get as much Top Hat back, and boom, all of a sudden, hey, the guy saved money. It was worth ditching the Top Hat, and Top Hat can continue to go up with no fear of. And this is how I want all creator content to actually move. And Pulse Chain, because of our intelligence and understanding of the market, we can actually implement this. And yeah, I got the vision, but this is where now I need the engineers that I spoke before to actually, hey, let's run this so it runs like clockwork. I'm that abstract guy. You want the idea and the vision, but now we need someone to make sure it's going to be structurally sound. And yeah, I'm hoping we can round that up and make this the biggest media platform that exists.
That sounds cool to me. I think every creator needs a way to monetize. Who wouldn't want to?
I think everybody should create a token. I mean, if you're going to be in crypto, there's no way you can educate every family member to do this. So you may as well create a token, bond it with something, and you take care of the bonding and let your family and friends, and you don't need to sell any more than that. And then you don't have to worry about your token getting dumped on. It's just you carrying liquidity.
Yeah.
And then you can do all OTC trades, which now we have great systems on Pulse Chain to allow over-the-counter trades. So and we can do almost like a V3 type of what is that called? V3. What is the proper name for V3 liquidity? Limit orders. That's the word.
Yes.
There's that new guy out, or that guy out that's created a type of limit order. So I'm so excited about all this stuff that my enthusiasm is overwhelming.
Dude, it's all coming together. We're building during the quiet part so that when this new money comes back, they're going to have so much to learn, so much to play with. And all you got to do is believe that people will care again in the future, because I think people's attentions are cyclical. Yeah, crypto is not popular at the moment, but once the elites make it mainstream, like, they kind of decide when the Clarity Act goes in, when the banks start selling Ethereum and Bitcoin to everybody, helicopter money, stimulus checks start coming out. I think sentiment can change in a couple of weeks or months very quickly, and people forget that.
Do you have a favorite DEX or wallet that you like to use? That was the other thing. Like you talk about so many, and there's many that have different categories or stuff. And I know I use a wallet, and then all of a sudden something changes. But I've been using internet money quite a bit over the last few years, I'm going to say. Is that, I know you talk about it as well, and I really like the structure of the time token on it. I kind of wish that token went across all the chains instead of having to redo it on each chain. But
oh, for sure. I'm definitely a fan of KG and the Internet Money wallet. I like MetaMask. I like a lot of wallets. I mean, Rabby was very disappointing when they delisted Pulse Chain. However, Internet Money just got a new UI overhaul. Looks a lot better than it used to. And yeah, that time token is also one of the better performers. Very small caps over on Pulse Chain that are quietly doing very well. Even DOB token, I didn't even know that. There's certain coins that are holding up well. And I think Time will probably be one of those, as long as the team at Internet Money just doesn't give up. They've been building through the bear. I think if they had like some kind of affiliate program or some way for other people to promote it and make money, well, they do. That's what Time token effectively is. So by buying the Time token, you become an unofficial affiliate.
You become a part owner of that company, which is what inspired me so much on what I went down the rabbit hole to want to do as well, is how do I create a company that had guaranteed revenue for transactions, and transactions seems to be more important than price go up. And that way you don't have to worry about someone dumping on you because you just want volume.
Yeah. If I could get paid from volume on Pump Tires tokens, that would be nice. But this layer of Huda can somehow enable kickbacks from volume. That's a very interesting concept.
And I like how time is a revenue-based thing as well. I don't own really much of it anymore. I did own quite a bit at one point in time. We did very well at it, and we do want to own quite a bit of it again. And I also thought Vouch was a decent token out there that's been, these are not Pump.Tires tokens, but they have a good purpose for the ecosystem and making me a part owner or partly involved without having to take on risk. I like the way these types of things have gone on. Have you found Pulse Chain more advanced in this field versus other chains?
Well, we have a lot. We know a lot more than the average person over on Pulse Chain, and that can be a blessing and a curse sometimes because we have so much in-depth knowledge that we might sound like we're speaking a different language to new people. Whereas new people, I think they understand stuff like Pump.Fun. They get meme coins and trading, and they get sports gambling because they've probably all seen Polymarket or DraftKings. But most people are very simple. They want to just buy something and then watch it go up and then sell it. And then Pump.Fun was they have these creator fees. It's the new feature that I think was a great way for people to monetize. I wish they had that on Pump.Tires. Like, I would love creator fees for talking about the token. Creators can now earn rewards without having to rug pull their token. So very interesting.
What do you were in the coffee world prior to picking the name, is that correct, for crypto?
Briefly, yeah, maybe for about a year. I tried a little e-commerce company selling coffee online. It went all right. I broke even. I didn't lose money. I didn't make much. Turns out the whole concept was that people could pay with crypto and they could get some coffee. But back then, especially, nobody wanted to spend their crypto on anything. People still don't really like spending crypto, but it's much easier than it was 7 years ago. But back then, that was just a bad idea.
A lot more stable coins out there to make it easier to...
and payment gateways too. Coinbase Pay wasn't around back then. I had to integrate my own open source BTC Pay server, which only accepted a couple different coins. It was a whole lot of work for basically no demand.
But you had that entrepreneurial drive, obviously, all the time.
Oh yeah, I've tried a bunch of stuff, and back in the day, it was social media marketing, it was drop shipping. I looked into flipping stuff at, garage sales and stuff like that. I've dabbled in everything, but I saw the opportunity in crypto as a long-term investment, and luckily the money I just kept piling in there for years eventually grew to something comfortable, even after dipping 99% twice. Yeah.
We bought the dip so many times, and
I can't. I got nothing left to buy the dip, man. Wish I did.
Yeah, you think, oh, geez, this is the bottom now. I believe it now. It goes up for a week.
Yeah, I know. But look, we've got war with Iran, and if that can't, I guess Bitcoin retraced that whole dip already. So maybe society has gone through as much as they can handle. Maybe.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I feel the markets are going to be strong this year. I held off cashing in some of my I cash in certain portions of stocks right around this period of time. I also hold some metals, which is what I've been selling at this point in time a little bit, and obviously crypto. And so I'm quite diverse into which to pull from. But
well, you probably got some gains on stocks. I mean, I know the big tech stocks have retraced pretty heavily, but stocks were at an all-time high, and same with metals. So congrats on that. At least you've got something to rotate off of.
Well, but last year the stocks that I sold only went up about 4% per annum. I mean, the ones I didn't sell, and the ones that I did sell went up 15% last year. So
damn,
it doesn't matter how good you are at predicting the year, it still doesn't always work out in your favor. But again, it was positive, so that's still plus, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I've taken more from is I try not to get so emotionally involved, and when I do, I try to take a step back. You must have pretty thick skin and developed a lot of I don't know if you had negative self-talk before, but you know how you can see these people that are dying on X over the price and breaking down. You realize that, oh my God, they're punishing themselves so much with worry and anxiety, and it's all self-harm to themselves just by the voice in their head.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's very important to realize that how you talk to yourself matters, and complaining will rewire the brain to start looking for more complaining. You'll start focusing on what you don't have. And I don't know, I've been pretty allergic to any pessimism and negativity my whole life. I see it happening in people, even in my own family, and it's like, well, I know what not to do, because all the people that I admire, that I want to be like, that seem to have some level of success, they're all optimists. They all choose to perceive things in a positive way. And when you realize that it is a choice, it gets easier.
So I always was creative and just went forward. Then all of a sudden my self-talk created a lot of doubt to do new things, and then I became like just scared. All of a sudden the logical mindset overtook what was, we'll say, the creative, energetic, intuitive mindset for the calculated mindset. And I found that breaking it, I found that negative self-talk for me actually compiled and kept adding on. But positive self-talk, which I thought at first was asinine, how could I be positive when things are so shitty?
Yeah, right.
But
too smart for your own good, huh?
But I realized it would only, there wasn't adding to it, you know what I mean? I would just have one positive thought and then it would fall flat. But by persistence of creating positivity, like I said, through loss, I've had greater gain than I have through striving for my goal. And I've enjoyed the journey much more through loss than I have when I was pedal to the metal in success. So in other words, I had just as many sleepless nights with over-optimism, over-enthusiasm, like, oh my goodness, I got so much going on, and self-absorbed all of a sudden. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people. But I don't know how you deal with you seem to be collective and cool all the time, but I'm going to say early on in this, you've evolved just in the hex journey and crypto journey to being more level-headed a lot, right?
Of course, and for me, a lot of it was, like I said, just caring less about what others think and more about what I think of myself. Just building that security of that confidence, really, of just following my own internal compass. Everybody's on a different journey. Everybody learns different things. And for me, I think putting myself out there on the internet, it was that. It was, offline, I'm still pretty level-headed. I'm not prone to anger. Of course I can get depressed, but usually that's after a night out of drinking, it's usually self-induced. Yeah. So I deep down, I know how to take care of myself, my mind, my body. But the trap of just giving a shit about what other people think is something I've really learned to ignore. Because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Maybe
No, it doesn't. but it still comes up in our head because we don't want to look foolish. And even the people just on the internet, you do develop a bond. But I think that somebody told me this when I was afraid of these things before, taking on projects that were over my head, we'll say. They told me it just means you care. So now when I feel that emotion of fear, when it's involving something like that, it just means I care. I want to dot the I's and cross the T's, and it helps as a reminder. And that's why I do enjoy, no matter how much you know, these wise words that you pick up from different individuals on a regular basis are helpful. Even though it's been said a million times, it just matters when. And that's what kind of got me wanting to stream, is like, I think to myself at my age and what I do, who am I going to appeal to? So I'm kind of glad that there's something pushing me to do this damn shit. But
you'll be surprised, man. There's an audience out there for pretty much everything. And you'll find it right now. You'll find all you really need is 100 core followers that really like who you are, and that's like talking to a room full of 100 people, you know, real people. And then you can get to that stage in a couple of months. And you know, anxiety and fear and excitement are just kind of two sides of the same emotion. They're just, you talked about turning anxiety into excitement, because that's just the flip side of the same emotion. Rather than like pushing it back in, you're, you know, pouring it out of yourself, and it's contagious.
You must have had parents that you could communicate with. I feel like
you'd be surprised. No, maybe it was the psychedelics.
Oh, you know, so we want to get that. Actually was the biggest change in my life. Changed my mind, and that actually, I gotta say, the fungus really helped that transportation of, holy crap, dude, you're much more than this. And and you're much less than what you think, which is a good thing, because that freaking image is only visible by me, which was constantly, like, what a stupid image, but living up to this false image of your childhood or how you grew up. Not much you can do about it. It just happens. So you found that was a big help as well. Yeah, it's funny. It's when people say, I like my mind and how it is, and I think to myself, I remember thinking like that, you know, like I don't need to change or whatever, but it's quite it opens the vessel up for a lot of people. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. And you know. Yeah,
if you've got a history of, you know, schizophrenia or something, maybe stay away. It's not for everybody. And I shouldn't discount. I do have great parents. Like, let me not throw them under the bus here. But there are certain things that you have to unlearn from your childhood, from your upbringing.
Yeah, for sure. I cultural. You know, it's like I call even over nationalism to be like a burden, to think your nation's better than another nation. It's all type of mindset that's not the healthiest to come from a point of superiority. And that's something I don't like about crypto in general. Just our community mostly. Like early on in 21 and stuff, we talked and we learned. And I remember those streams with you and Motley and the crew, and I laughed so hard during those streams. There was so much live energy, you know, and and nobody was trying to be the smartest person. We were actually all learning in the chat and on stream live, and it feels like there's this form of alpha superiority has sort of taken over the space a lot. Do you find that as well, or do you find that maybe we need to get the, like, Joshua Woos to be the strength of the community, or maybe the Samis, you know, these entertainer type of people that are actually very intelligent, but they're funnier and more entertaining and enjoyable?
Yeah, it's good to not take crypto too seriously. When everybody's been down that road, and the tribalism and the egos, we've been fighting with each other while we're not even focused on getting anybody new in. And so I think when new people want to come in, they don't want to come into something where there's a bunch of monkeys flinging their own shit at each other. You know, it's very off-putting. And if you're watching someone like Sami or whatever. It's much more relaxing. It's a fun, goofy way. Hey, maybe I don't understand every other word this guy's saying, but he seems like a friendly guy. He's wearing a funny hat. You know, maybe there's something to this. Yeah, I think that's definitely the angle of inclusivity over exclusivity. Fun to brag when your coin goes up. It's a little fun. Just like a victory lap, but we're all down 90%, man. It's just dudes down 95 laughing at other dudes down 95. I think it's not a good look when you're focusing so much on basic tribal warfare. The bigger enemy is the state, right? The bigger enemy is the banking cartel. If you're gonna pick an enemy, at least make it a bigger enemy than Cardano Bros, whatever that might be.
Yeah, I guess so. But again, with crypto, we have the opportunity to break free from all of that. And if we use it more as a payment system, we're not always cashing in, we can grow. Now, we do need to evolve crypto beyond what it is at the store of value. And that's kind of what it's only being used by everybody, is some type of store of value that somebody, as soon as it goes up, sells an X. Obviously, when we get more injection of money coming in, things will change. But I'm glad to see you're still supporting that Top Hat token as much as you are, and you're interested in so much what's going on in Pump.Tires. Is there anything you want to ask me or something like that before we maybe round up? And
you know, I do have to get going actually, but it was really great talking to you, and I wish your channel a bunch of success. I hope it's awesome. Everybody watching, go like and subscribe. What are you doing? I would love to see this every week and see how this Huda platform evolves. Thanks for having me on.
Wonderful. I'm going to pop up that song that we played from you before that I had made up, and then can we pop down and can I just quickly chat with you briefly when that song's over and I end the stream? Is that okay, or do you have to go right away?
I got another call.
Okay, I'll let you go then. Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Duke Boost.
Okay, take care. I really, really appreciate your time.
My pleasure, man. Peace.
Day by day, it's more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm the one that's doing dope. Can't keep a steady hand because I'm nervous. Every Sunday morning, I'm in service. Yeah. Yo, Mr. Coffee dropping bombs in the crypto war zone. He ex-day one warrior, caffeine veins, never alone. Pulse chain savage, top hat, ground dapper assassin, soup burn, LP forever lock, rug pull. That's for the weak and dilute. Funky aggression, offbeat assault, jazz horn slash slow. Yield sipping venom, ecosystem explode. Watch it grow. 2019 shadows, the AMA Inferno, no cap, straight fire. Matt the Kingpin barista, pouring pain, taking empires higher. Mr. Coffee brew with lethal, Skippy do what?
Snatch.
Pulse chain dominate, never
Crash.
Bop, misbeat, then a
Tag.
top hat elite.
Liquidity trap.
Crypto, jazz, war, hip hop, crack, pump. Tires, blitz on pulse, pump, funds, pump. Cousin, upgraded chain, DOB, launch, boost, cruise, missile. Zero mercy, pure gain, lock, liquidity, hammer, can't yank, can't flee. No escape lane, permanent vaults, TVL, rocket, pulse chain, unbreakable rain. Pair with who the creators blade, volume carves, USDC, rain, no inflation, scan, rhythm stacks, heavy community, empire campaign. Mr. Coffee dropped the truth, how we fuse this lethal brew. Funky wall beats, hip hop beats, crushing the crew, Baduba.
Clip those stride.
Mr. Drop,
That's your life.
Hex, unbreakable, bearable fight.
Top high.
Duo beat,
Who they ignite? Revenue war.
we own the night.
Mr. Coffee's ran. No mercy, just flood.
Sip slow,
Nah.
jug hard,
Beat skips.
so we charge.
Yeah.
Pulse chain take over all night large.
Yeah.
Bad fury in his blood, Mr. Coffee's realm, no mercy, just flood.
Sip slow.
Nah.
Jug hard.
Beat skips, but we charge.
Pulse chain take over.
All night large. All night large. All night large. All night large.
You could boost, spark the Adobe on a tire. Huda ecosystem lifting creators higher. YouTube super chats, panties in a jar. Platform skim heavy, leave you starving for. But launch a token, pair it with Huda Strong, your own digital business. Join the vibe, build STU, forever thrive. Crown that Huda, creators only know one super chat drama. Join the flow, your token, your stream, watch the revenue grow. What a damn now, in STU, Huda ecosystem making earth come.